Before crossover, my life was interesting, to say the least. I had a lot of ups and downs. I had been depressed for a long time, always stressed, always had anxiety. Didn't grow up in the church, so I didn't know who God was, but I knew of God and always had a love for God. So I had always just been really lost and kind of lukewarm. I did the motions, read my Bible, prayed, and went to church every now and then. So I thought I was good with the Lord. I came to crossover. I was living in Ohio at the time, and I actually had a dream of my dad saying, "I need you to come home, I need you to come home," over and over again. At this time, I was going through a lot, lost my job, got sick, ended a relationship, and I took that as God saying, "Come home." So about a couple months after I came home, I was on the Bible app doing my verse of the day, looking through the events tab, and I saw Crossover Church, which is right across the street from my parents' subdivision. So I went there the next day and never left. Over the last 2 years, my experience at Crossover has exceeded my expectations. I never grew up in a church, so I didn't really have like a churchy mentality of what it should all be, but I've grown tremendously. I never thought I could come to a church where I was fully disclosing who I used to be and was still told to love and care for that old essence, but also given the proper tools to love, encourage, and grow the essence that God had called me to be. And people really just move through the Holy Spirit here. The leadership skills that I've built, everything has exceeded my expectations, and I know it's all of God. So I could never ask for a better church, but I hope there are churches just like this out there. So if you've been coming to Crossover for a while, or if you're just joining, I would say to really get involved and get connected. The biggest thing for me at Crossover was the small groups, specifically the emotionally healthy spirituality group that lasted about 8 weeks. And we really went through our trauma and how to grow through that and grow towards Christ through that, learning about just spending quiet time with Him and Sabbath, which is things I never learned in church or even visiting a church, reading the Bible alone. And then I made connections from there with other women or even men and other groups that just lasted forever, has lasted these whole 2 years. So get involved for one. Know and pray about where you should serve in the church. I served in pretty much every area, so don't be afraid to jump in. I've done photos, I've done social media, I've done worship, kids, and even ushering greetings. So really just get connected and jump in. So for now, I'm going south to Tennessee. I don't know what God has for me there, but I do know that it was a prophetic prayer and promise from God to go there. So I'm just gonna go, and I'm excited for what God has for me there. And then personally, I'm still writing a couple of books. I'm blogging, echoesofessence.com, and then I'm working on a discipleship/mentorship program called Trailblazer Ministries. And that was really inspired by my work and my time here at Crossover, to where I was discipled and taught the proper way to follow God. So to my Crossover family, those of you I do know and don't know, I'm going to miss this church. I've already been doing a little bit of preliminary grieving, but also just really thinking about all the blessings and love that I've received here. And I'm praying for you guys every single day, and you will see me again. I can promise you that.